already hit the. Oh, we're live right now. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
we're live.
Cool.
I think I'm live on my channel, but with StreamYard you can have the option to go live on your channel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you see that option, Checkmate.
He
But we're
just
live
left.
here. What happened?
He just left. I don't know.
Oh, all right, guys. But
He said, "Screw y'all."
he'll come back in a sec. But today we're joined by Checkmate Flips, Seth, King Checkmate, call him. And we'll get him in a second here to introduce himself. But yeah, I finally got on early here enough to schedule my live and put the
Let's
thumbnail on my
go.
channel. So it's funny, my channel's dead. So Danny, you have more viewers on your channel than I have on mine with 1.5k subs.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
This man's not a hustler.
Hey, I just stopped making the videos. That's what people were here for. Hey, he's back.
Yeah. I'm gonna stream this to my audience. I clicked it and then it logged me out of StreamYard and closed the window. And I'm
What
like,
the heck?
sweet. But with that smooth entrance, what's up, guys? Good to see you.
Yeah. So like I was saying, we're joined here tonight by Checkmate Flips. Gonna be on here for around an hour, hopefully, chopping it up. Seth, you want to introduce yourself and do all that?
Yep, I'm Checkmate Flips. Mostly do eBay to Amazon online arbitrage. Been selling for like 4 years now. Danny, you've been selling for like ages, haven't you? I like listened to the other episode. You said like you started in like 2013.
I got introduced to it 2013. I actually didn't start selling until 2021.
Didn't you wish that you started in 2013?
We would not be on this call if I had started in 2013.
You would be on a beach somewhere.
You are correct.
He'd be on the
Absolutely.
Watch Me Amazon type stuff. Barely
Yes.
makes any appearances anywhere. Just posts on IG.
Basically.
Yeah.
So mostly eBay to Amazon.
Yep.
How'd you get into that?
Yeah, basically I was doing retail and online arbitrage, like kind of a hybrid of the two. Maybe I was doing like some like Air Forces back in like 21. My in-laws were selling their business building and they're like, you can come check out all the stuff in our building. Like if you just want to sell it or donate it, like whatever. They had a ton of like office products, electronics, like just random stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this stuff is like, some of this stuff sells really fast. And I'm like, where do I get more of this? It's discontinued. eBay is the place for that. So really hit the ground running with that.
Interesting.
So you look for a lot of discontinued stuff, or is that just beforehand where how you initially got started?
I like discontinued stuff quite a bit. It's not like completely discontinued, but
Gotcha.
that's how I got started. Kevin, you were doing some eBay to Amazon a little bit, and then you got scared, you said?
Dude, yes, I was. And the only reason I was doing that is because of you, right? I was looking at your videos and I was like, you were talking about the margin and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. So I got interested and I started doing it actually heavily, pretty heavily in March. And I think I stopped in, I'm not sure 1 month, but a couple months ago, I stopped doing it completely. Not completely. I still got like a couple of replenishables that I go and check out every once in a while. But from like 80% eBay to Amazon, I'm probably like 5% eBay right now. Maybe probably less from those replens. But yeah, it was a cool business model. I really did enjoy it because I'm familiar with eBay. And I got even more familiar with eBay doing eBay to Amazon. So it was kind of easy.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. If you've sold on eBay, you kind of know like what the seller is like going through, basically. So you're like confident to send offers.
Oh yeah, that's true. Another thing about why I like this so much, you can just try to lowball.
Yeah, and it's like you can have like some you can have some empathy around it too, because it's like if you send like a 50% offer, like everyone's gonna hate you. but like if you send like a 70% offer, like a 75% offer, or like it's a quantity listing or something, like people are like pretty open. Like not all the time, but
Yeah, it's funny because like some of like my best replan stuff, I got the seller off of eBay, so they're essentially making more money. I mean, it's good for them, but like, you know, I already am tax exempt on eBay, so it doesn't like matter if I do it on eBay or if I do it off of eBay.
Yeah.
But it's pretty easier for them because they just we work on a price, and I mean, I don't recommend people do this, right? But it's just some sellers that are comfortable working outside of eBay once you're kind of build a little bit of a relationship after you buy a couple items and stuff.
Yeah. That
Have you dealt with anything like that yet, or you just like buying from just a whole bunch of different sellers?
I've definitely done that before. I do find that they cause me more stress than the other ones. I'm like, do I want to sleep at night, or do I want the best price possible? Because it's like it just feels at least to me it feels like it's less protection, but it's like honestly what's going to go wrong? Probably nothing, but I'm just less comfortable with it.
For sure. And I don't do it with like just random accounts. It has to be like a reputable eBay seller who has a lot of reviews and stuff like that. I mean, they can still burn you, but like they're probably less likely to do anything shady.
Yeah, and I mean it's still probably over like PayPal or something, so it's
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So it's still protected. I'm nervous to hit the join the chat button in case it kicks me off again, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh, I have to connect my YouTube account. I see.
Yeah, I did that last time, but it didn't log me off of the stream. At least I don't think.
I didn't.
Kind of weird that happened.
I didn't come in and do it early enough. I could have done it earlier. But...
No, I didn't send you the link early enough, bro. My bad.
Dude, that's true. I do that a lot too, actually. Like I just send the link like 2 minutes before. I'm like, whoops, sorry guys.
I forgot you can't view Danny's profile, and Danny can't view your profile on Instagram for some reason. So that's very weird. Which I was like,
I don't know.
When Danny told me he didn't know who you were, I'm like, what do you mean you don't know who Checkmate Flips is, bro? Like,
no, I know who he is. I've been in his lives. You used to do lives with the guy with the headphones.
What guy with headphones?
Cody.
What's his name?
Cody, right?
Cody. Yeah, I used to be in there watching
him. He changed his name, right?
What is he now? Did he change again?
He was Echo Flips, and now he does Cody something. He's Cody something on Instagram. I'm not sure if he changed his
Cody Flips. Yeah, on YouTube he's Cody Flips. Huh. I haven't looked at his YouTube channel for a couple months.
So what kind of categories? What's your main category you're selling in?
I like electronics, office products, computer accessories. Yeah. What about you? You usually do wholesale, don't you?
Yeah, I'm in wholesale. Yeah. Done beauty, done grocery, health and household.
Health and household is a good one too. That's so broad and vague too, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But there's so much in health and household, it's ridiculous.
The only thing I don't like about health and household, usually those products are pretty heavy for the most part, because they're like either some type of liquid or just something like that. So
yeah.
What product? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'll drop the ASIN in the. You want me to drop the ASIN?
Colin Broom was health and household, wasn't it?
Yes.
Did you sell some of that?
Dude, FBA Gabe, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. He sent me the link to when it was hot, dude. I'm like, I don't do OA, bro. Don't send me links. I'm not gonna buy anything. Back when I didn't do OA, back when I was only RA, FBA Gabe sent me the Colin Broom lead, and I was like, dude, like, I don't even know how to read keep, but like, don't send me like OA leads because I only do RA.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, bro, just letting you know he's a good lead. I'm like, okay, thanks. And I was like, that was pretty early on. I was like, dude, crazy. And I hear everybody talking about. I'm like, dang, I should have got on that.
That was just like an interesting lead because you could buy straight from the site. It was like really good ROI that they would sell instantly. Like you would just sell out of your stock instantly of the 6 that they let you buy. It would be maybe like anywhere between like $20 and $30 profit each. So it was like a nice like 150, 180 profit, which is cool. But then they would just like restrict you, like you could not buy more. Like anything that I wasn't able to figure out how to do it. I actually was listening to a podcast maybe a month or two ago, and Jimmy FBA apparently was buying them from Europe, and they were letting him buy hundreds apparently. So that was like a super profitable loop. Like that is the type of stuff you love to find. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There were also people, I think there were people on eBay who knew about that as well. And so people were selling them on eBay as well for a cheaper price.
Yeah, for sure. You got to sell everything cheaper on eBay, which sucks.
Yeah. Misha Flips, what's up, dude? Good to see you.
Dude, we need to get Misha Flips on the live. Now thinking about it. This man.
Good to see you all. Happy New Year's, boys. Wish you good margin and no returns. What do you mean no returns? I want a lot of returns.
I got literally a stack, like a box stack of returns for FBM today. So it was just like, well, I guess I did something.
That's activity.
Yep.
So Checkmate, you started eBay to Amazon. You've been doing it ever since you started the Amazon space.
Oh,
an Amazon journey.
No, very much so. No, like started with books like everybody else. All the booksellers literally bought Romer the Roamer's course on Black Friday of 2020. It was like, I'm gonna do this. And in the course, it was like, you need to find 200 profitable books in a week. And I'm like, fine, I'll go do it. And like, once you know how to do that, you can make some money with books. So I did that for like 10 months.
You discovered eBay to Amazon? How did you stumble upon it? Like just researching?
Well, I think I was like, I wanted to replenish some of the high priced books that I was selling. Like I'd sell a book for like $150 and be like, I wonder if I can get this again, you know? And like, there were a couple books that I was replenishing, that I had like thrifted the first time. And then I saw like, okay, like I can buy this for like $40 every once in a while on eBay. And so I would like try and restock those, but I never thought to do with other products. Cause like once you sell books, like you kind of get into this like narrow minded headspace of like books is what Amazon is. And like the way to find inventory is thrift stores and like maybe eBay. Like you don't realize that you can sell other stuff, or at least that's how I was.
It's pretty smart.
Dang. And so you started the eBay to Amazon, and you were FBAing everything?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys only FBA at the start, or?
Pretty much. I don't think I've ever did FBM seriously, like to the extent that have like hundreds of orders weekly or even daily. Never done that. That sounds so stressful. But hey, that's how you kill it. So
all right, here's a good question. I'm assuming he means my buddy.
My body.
Yeah, my buddy has an authentic complaint he bought from Adidas shoe, Adidas official on eBay. Now Adidas rejects his invoice from eBay all the time. Any suggestions?
Yeah, unfortunately, almost all the time, if you buy something from eBay, even if it's like an official store, I'm pretty sure you usually aren't going to get it removed. So that's like the worst part of eBay to Amazon. It's just like the invoice just doesn't work. So yeah, sorry. Definitely don't ignore it. That's the worst thing you can do. Like still like submit some kind of like plan of action, or like
GBT action plan.
You could.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks from doing eBay and Amazon. That's why I was like, at first, I want to get into this, but that's why I stopped doing it because I saw you had like a scare Checkmate. I think you posted a YouTube video about it, and then you like, I don't know if you want to explain it right now because I don't want to talk for you.
Which video was it?
It was I think with your account health went to 0 or something like that.
Oh, what was that? Yeah, that was the weirdest situation because I sold this like incinerator item. It was like an incinerator filter. I sold it in June, and so I just sold it like usual. I didn't delete the listing like when it went to quantity 0, which like I don't think most people do that. And then in like August, September, I got an IP claim on it, and they were like coming after me like super hard for like something that I was out of stock on for like 3 months.
Oh, so it wasn't an inauthentic complaint; it was an IP complaint.
I don't remember which one it was. I could like look in my email, but
No, it's all good. I mean, it was one of those though.
I think it was like counterfeit without test buy, but it was like from the brand. So there's just so many weird ways that they do it, but yeah.
So I saw your video and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna keep doing this because that could happen. And I got scared.
Sorry, I scared you out of it, but
no. And then it wasn't even that. Like after I saw your video, I got like 2 inauthentic complaints for eBay items. I'm like, what the heck? I gotta get off of this. But I'm not off of it completely. It was just like when I was going super heavy on everything.
Yeah.
But it's a lucrative business model, I have to say.
Yeah, it's just that hard balance there because it's like really profitable, but then it's like riskier as well. Like people are gonna watch the beginning of this video and they're gonna be like, "Screw eBay to Amazon."
For real, which is, I mean, hey, they can think what they want to think, but not a lot of people do it because of all these reasons we're talking about.
Yeah, and like that's kind of why I try to target stuff that's like a little bit more discontinued. Like I'm not trying to sell the hottest stuff on Amazon, where I can tell that the brand has like real estate on that listing, because like if the brand like sees me on their listing and like that's their listing, that's like their house in the modern day times, like they have the right to kick you off of it. So you got to be selective with what you sell.
So let me ask you this: all your sourcing, all your stuff, you do it yourself? You have a VA? What's your setup like?
I have a virtual assistant that I've been working with for the last like 2 years now, which is crazy to say. So like for a long time, she was just like finding me like an eBay link or like a source link, and then I would go and like vet it and then purchase it. But like we kind of like built it up to where she's doing maybe like 40% of the buying. So she's doing great actually. So she does a lot of the like admin as well. And like some of the like ASIN bookkeeping, like our stock of stuff. And like, if we have to like input it in the prep center or input it in our Google Sheets, like she's doing a lot of that stuff.
Nice.
What about you guys?
I got 2 sourcing VAs that I share with Chamo Hunter, Antonio. And I don't have them buying it. That's something I'm looking to probably get into this year. Yeah, I gotta do that transition though.
Do you feel like they make pretty good choices? Do you feel like they make pretty good choices overall, or they have a ways to go with that?
I think they have a pretty long ways to go with that because, like I've been telling them to tell me like, give me your suggestions on how many you would buy. Like, put it on the notes, and I see it. I'm like, this is off. I'm like, I would not buy this many. And I let them know, like, with the daily stuff, I send them the ASINs that I bought from them from that day, and I tell them the quantity. So, they have an idea of how I buy. So, it'll hopefully help them in the future. So we're like, when they start buying, but of course I gotta, approve it before anything like that happens and all that.
Yeah. What about you, Danny?
So I've got one VA. He's he kind of does anything I ask him to do, honestly. Some days he's making these overlays for YouTube. Other days he's sourcing wholesale catalogs. Another day he's doing some admin stuff. Honestly, whatever I ask him to do, literally I can text him at any time of the day and he's gonna respond.
So he's like super on it.
Oh yeah, he's on it. Like for the most part, he's on it. Like there's some things that I'm like, all right, like kind of what Kevin was saying is like, all right, like this is not how I would do it, and it's like it doesn't matter if I explain it 5 or 10 times, But like I'm willing to deal with that because he is super responsive and like does things like on the fly.
Yeah, and he's like kind of he's wearing 2 hats. He's like an editor and a sourcing VA.
Yep. So yeah, I've had him for a year. It's so funny because I told him for Christmas time, I was like, hey, like last 2 weeks of Christmas, like we're not gonna work. And he's in Pakistan, so they don't celebrate Christmas, that.
Oh man.
And but he was like, okay, like no problem, like thanks for the time off, whatever. Shit, I forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah. So then I was telling him, I was like, oh, like, you've been really good this year, kind of hype him up for the new year. And I asked him, I was like, hey, like, do you want to continue working with me for the new year? Like, as much as I want you to work with me, I want it to be your choice too. How do you like working with me? And then I posted a story about this. It's like, if you want like motivation for yourself, like just ask your VA how they like working for you. And they're like, oh man, like you're the best, like you're amazing, like all this stuff. So I thought that was so funny because I've always told him, it's like one of the things that I have a 9-to-5 job, so it's like really hard for me to manage him. So like when I do have things for him to do, it's like I have like 5 or 10 things that I need to get done, and and he'll get them done. Other than that, he's really just hanging out. So.
No wonder he's always responsive.
Oh yeah, no. I told him that. I was like, dude, my lack of an organization benefits you, and he's like, yes, it does.
That's honestly like how it is for my editor. Like I don't give him enough to do, I don't think. But
full-time or part-time?
What's that?
Is he full-time or part-time? Or he just edits like when you have videos for him to edit, you just send it to him and he edits it?
Yeah, he's full-time, but like I hired him with the agreement that we were going to do 2 videos a week and then like several short form content. But at the beginning of 2023, I'm like, I really need to focus on Amazon like 98% because like that's what I think is best for me and my business. So we're really just doing 1 video a week, and like he makes like a good thumbnail and like edits the video nicely and like is here if I need like something. But like he could literally probably outsource his work to a cheaper VA. And like, yeah, I don't know, but good for him. Like he's doing his job. He's helping me. If we need thumbnails, if we need like suggestions, he's on it. So
that's sort of how I think about it. My VA is like, I may not utilize him 100%, but the peace of mind knowing that at any moment I need something done. Yeah. And I literally just text him on WhatsApp and he can do whatever I need him to do. So like that's good to know.
Yep. For sure, dude. So Checkmate, you were, if I'm not mistaken, 100% FBA, right? Before, and now you're Mostly FBM.
Yeah. So actually like around the summer, like I was thinking I was getting like a little frustrated with how much like money was at FBA, like in like inventory buy cost. And then that like scare that we were talking about happened. And like even more so, I'm like, okay, like what am I gonna do here? Like I'm kind of sick of like having these things happen, and I'm in a business model that is riskier, for sure. And I did see, like I had been seeing that all, like not all of my competitors, but a lot of my competitors were FBM. Like I'd see them, like their offers were FBM. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give FBM a shot. I'm just going to try to do like 10, 20% FBM, you know? And that like slippery sloped into like me saying like, okay, like Q4, I'm actually going to try really hard. And like at the end of Q4, I'll probably go back to FBA, and then did Q4 mostly FBM. Because like with that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to capitalize on the fact that the check-in times are going to be slow for FBA, and there's just going to be so much more opportunity for FBM. But like there's still opportunity for FBM, especially with E to A on the specific stuff that I'm selling a lot of the time. So yeah, I think I sent like $500 to FBA last month, which is like jokes at this point. So yeah, I think I have like 6K buy cost at FBA, and I did like 110K in December. So like it's mostly FBM at this point.
Sheesh, that man killing. E to A.
Eat it.
You prep yourself, or you have someone prep?
I'm prepping myself. And now at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not willing to do all that anymore, like completely. So I'm experimenting with like hiring like kind of like gig work off of TaskRabbit. So like I had a guy come over, I think he came over 3 times last week for like 3-4 hour blocks. Like I had him like cut down all my boxes because I literally had like probably a 15-foot like to the ceiling 15 time just like a big part of the room was just full of uncut up boxes like to the ceiling.
I wish
And
I
I'm
could
like,
see the picture.
yeah, it was just like, because like all December I was just throwing boxes in that corner because I'm like, this is not worth my time. Like it is time to strike. Like it is Q4. Like I'm not going to do that. And then it just kept letting them pile up, and still I'm like, okay, like I'm not going to do this. Like someone needs to get paid to do this. So I'm trying to like delegate that type of stuff at least. Or like if I have a big stack of boxes, I'm going to have him open them all. Or like if I need something polybagged like 60 times, I'm going to have him do that if I can.
Nice.
Yeah.
Paulo, what's up, man? Paulo's in the chat.
What's up, Paulo? Good to see you.
What's up, man? You late? No, just kidding.
Real.
Sheesh. So how have you liked or have not liked FBMing?
It's a mixed bag for sure because it's more work. But it's like, I don't know about you guys and the feeling that you get when you buy something, you kind of like make a hypothesis like, okay, I think this is going to sell. Like, I think we're going to make like 300 profit on this buy completely or whatever it is. And then like you see it sell and you're like, okay, awesome. I was right. Let's go restock this. Like, that's just a great feeling. But with FBA, it's like, it takes a week to get to your prep center or your house. And then it takes however long it takes for your prep center to prep it. Like some prep centers are like a week or 2. And then it's like another 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 weeks to go active at Amazon. And then stuff FC transfers sometimes. And it's just like, you could buy something today and it could sell like March 3rd. And it could have like, that could have been an insta sell. Like that was a perfect buy, but you don't know that because it's like, I don't know, did it take 5 weeks to check in, or did it take 8 weeks to check in, or did it FC transfer? And so you don't even know how good of a buy it was. But like when you FBM something and like it sells like that weekend, you're like, okay, like I understand now, like I'm learning. Like so much good learning happens with FBM.
Fast learning.
And then like when it doesn't sell for like 3 months, you're like, okay, like I did something wrong here. Like never do that again. And then you just package it up and send it FBA because you're like, screw this item. But
So when you're buying stuff, you're specifically only looking for FBM stuff now.
yeah.
Or was it like a lot of stuff you bought before, your competitors, like you said, were already FBMing, so you got like some products that you already knew were good FBA sellers and you started FBMing them? Was that anything like that or not really?
What do you mean? Like
let's say you have a product that you were replanning from eBay,
yeah.
and then you knew it was selling good FBA.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're not gonna sell FBM if it was selling FBA, but like if there was like people FBMing it, did you try like to like FBM a product that you were successfully selling FBA?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I guess the way I see it is like you can almost always FBA something. Like most of the time, like that's just going to be priority. But then there's other times where, like if you try to FBM something, you're just not going to get buy box. So because of that, checking buy box statistics in Keepa is like really helpful because it's like if an item sells 100 times a month and you click into buy box stats and you see that it gets 1% buy box to FBM, like that's probably not a good product. But like if you see that like, oh, it gets like 48% FBM buy box in the last 30 days and it, like the trend kind of holds 30, 90, 180, like that's, you probably have some share there. So that's kind of what I would just like take a look at that math and make sure that it makes sense every time I buy something FBM.
Gotcha.
Hey, where are you located exactly?
Right in Colorado.
And everything.
I wish I was East Coast for FBM like that. Just like everyone lives East Coast, but I mean, I still get plenty of buy box in Colorado for sure.
Yeah.
What about you? You're so Kevin, you're in Pennsylvania.
Nah,
right?
you think no, there's a whole bunch of people in Pennsylvania, dude. No, I'm in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, Georgia.
I'm in Georgia as well.
Oh, both of you guys? Are you guys real life friends?
We were internet friends, now we're IRL friends, yes.
Let's go. We'd love to see that.
Yes, sir.
Where at in Colorado? Or are you Denver?
It's like Denver area. Yeah.
I like Colorado. Colorado for my 30th birthday.
You went there for your 30th?
Yeah, just snowboarding, Breckenridge.
Oh, heck yeah. Snowboarding's good.
All right, let's see this. On this case, I do this way. Let's say about 1,000 items, 600 send STL, 200 SPD, 200 FBM. Send whatever left on the next pallet, not losing money. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm just trying to understand.
What he's saying, he's that if he buys 1,000 items, the way that he'll distribute,
Oh, really? Oh,
like his fulfillment, he'll do 600 on the LTL, which is a pallet,
yeah.
200 UPS or whatever, and then he'll hold 200 to wait until those check in.
That's an interesting interesting way to do it, but I think it's something to consider.
Yeah, for me, it's just like I've never even done LTL, so this is just like kind of next level stuff, honestly.
I mean, me neither, but for me, it's like send 200 now, list some FBM, and then see if any sell, and if none of them sell, just send the rest when the others like already checked in and stuff.
Yeah, and also like my business model, this is kind of one drawback of the way I do stuff, but I'm kind of adapting to it is like oftentimes I don't buy, like I'm just buying 1 unit or like 3 units or like 4 units. But like maybe the units are like 25 profit each or like 40 profit each. I'm almost never buying. I don't think I've ever bought 1,000 of something.
Gotcha.
Bet Danny does, though. Danny's wholesale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have like a high ASP, or is it like?
Yeah.
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 So you mess with those types of items.
Yep, I like my high ASP.
What's your ASP? If you know, if you don't mind me asking, or you don't mind revealing what it is.
I don't mind revealing. Probably in the last month it's gone down. The funny thing is it's gone down because I sold a bunch of like $75 items, which is yeah.
75 is still high.
What's that?
75 is still high.
Yeah, but it was like 140 before. I'm gonna look at the last 12 months.
Sheesh, dude.
Do math. So good at math. Can't even do mental math. But ASP is about, okay, I did the math wrong there. It was saying like 0.1, and I'm like, what? That's not the math. ASP is about 102.
Nice, dude. That's crazy. Crazy.
Misha Flips went to Colorado. It was awesome. I went to Breckenridge.
Breckenridge.
Is that just a place everybody goes to snowboard or something?
Yeah, it's one of the most popular ones.
It's a good place.
Nice.
It was cool. I liked it.
Misha,
I've never been
where are
in.
you from?
Yeah. Misha's in South Jersey.
Okay, South Jersey.
Yeah.
I lived in Pennsylvania as a kid, and that was a lot of fun. I loved Pennsylvania. I like the woods a ton. I'd be like chasing deer and stuff as like a 9-year-old, and I really wanted to hunt, but like I was like 9 years old, so you can't shoot a deer when you're 9 years old.
What brought you out to Colorado?
My parents just moved here. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sheesh. So, Seth, when you were FBMing, have you ran into the problem of like you have a really weird type item and then you have to do a whole bunch of stuff to like send it out safely? Like bubble wrap it a ton, or like Franken box something?
Like weird as in like it's gonna be a pain to ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be the worst if I was still doing used items, that's for sure. Like if I was trying to send like a big 30-pound printer that didn't have the box, like that's a pain. I've done that from thrifting, and like it's a pain. Like you have to like allocate like, okay, prep of this item to ship is going to be 20 minutes. Like, so FBM most of the time, like most of my stuff is new in box. So it's like relatively easy. If you want to, like a lot of the bigger items, sometimes I'll even just put a label on the box. like people ship like that sometimes.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Cause like it's so big that like doesn't even fit in a box.
I literally have poly bags that are, I think they're like 25 by 36. And I just throw big items in the poly bag and I double poly bag it. And then I put the label on the outside. Like that's the easiest way to ship a lot of that stuff. And like every once in a while, someone will be like, this looked like junk, blah, 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 blah. But it outweighs me like double boxing every item for sure. So I had this one guy named Jim. Like I was literally gonna like put a label on it on the box, and I put a poly bag on it, and the poly bag like slightly tore when he arrived to him, and he was like trying to tell me to like reimburse him for the time it took him to drive to UPS to return the item. He's like, yo, give me $10 because I spent time out of my day to take this to UPS. And I'm like, we don't do that. Like
this guy.
I told my VA to just keep hitting no response needed because I didn't want to deal with that anymore.
You kept messaging, or was it like one time, two times?
Well, like I think for a while I just ignored that message because I'm like, what do you say to that? Like, am I just gonna like straight up tell him like, no, like, do I really need to respond to this? Like, who asked for that? But I guess I could have just given him the $10, but then I felt like I was gonna be put on like a list of like take advantage of this seller on like
Yeah.
something. So,
Dude, that's hilarious.
anyways, enough of me venting about customers, but
Hey, that's part of the FBM life, huh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like FBA is like the more time efficient route, but just like cash flow wise and like market like timing wise, it's super nice.
Yeah. So I remember the reason why I got into eBay to Amazon was because of you, right? And the videos you made and how you made the sourcing videos. Do you make sourcing videos right now on how to do let's say eBay to Amazon FBM?
I feel like most people are like interested in FBA.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like most people just want to FBA. Like most of the new people that I talk to and interact with, they're like, I want to do 10K profit a month and I want to automate it and never think about it again. Like that's what it just seems like people want to do that, which is like, that makes sense. But yeah, most of my sourcing videos are like tailored towards FBA, but it's like the only addition you really need is like check the buy box stats to see if it gets buy box FBM. And then you need to know how to like do the shipping side of FBM, which is
Gotcha.
like if you have ever sold on eBay, I think you'll be able to get it, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm asking because like I'm interested in possibly, let's say, cranking some stuff out and trying to do it. And your videos are super helpful with that. So I'm like, do you have any up so I can go watch and be like, what's up with this? But I get you with what people are gonna watch. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's something that I should talk more about. But yeah,
I'll send you his Calendly link.
You have a Calendly, Seth?
I do. It's interesting.
Hey.
I literally. Oh, I thought you literally had the link, which is hilarious. But
I can't see your profile. You got me blocked.
that's funny. Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants help with FBM E to A, like just message me on Instagram. Unless you're Danny, because then you can't message me. So message me on Twitter, I guess. I don't know what the issue is.
Yeah, I know, right? So crazy.
Millennial Mom saying, Kevin, you want to do eBay to Amazon flips?
I already do some eBay to Amazon flips, and like I said earlier, I did a whole bunch of eBay to Amazon flips. Like the majority of my business model was eBay to Amazon. But I'm interested in the FBM model because like I still have shoes that I don't FBM, but when I sell on eBay, I ship them out my stuff, you know. So just
the perfect box videos.
yeah, the throwback.
Yeah.
But you know, for me, adding something on, you know, isn't like something that I'm looking for, because like I said, like it's a very, very lucrative business model, so I'm not opposed to adding it a little bit back and doing FBM side of things. But like I said, I have to see, because you know, I don't know how to do it. I know how to source, but you know, finding those FBM buy box only listings, they're oddly specific. So
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of E to A stuff, it's like you kind of check the buy box stats, and if you see that buy box is going to FBM, like it'll generally sell. But like, have you ever tried the like the shipping side of it and the listing side of it? Like, does that seem pretty straightforward to you? Like when you get a sale, like what do you do? FBM, like, does that seem pretty straightforward? Or
oh yeah, for sure, yeah. It's like eBay, you know.
When you see Kevin stories with a lot of boxes, eBay drop 5% off coupon.
Oh my god, that's so funny, bro.
Speaking about that, dude, eBay like official stores are crazy. Like Adidas has an official eBay store. I think Asics has an official eBay store, and they go crazy with the sales sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, I've never done like apparel eBay to Amazon. So that's a whole can of worms. You could go way down the rabbit hole. Apparel is such a big category. There's so much, and there's so much stuff, honestly, that would probably be amazing eBay to Amazon. Like all the out of stock variations, especially the FBM. Like you could probably, I mean, you could kill with that for sure. I just do very little apparel, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be doing apparel FBM either way. That sounds horrible.
Sounds terrible.
I mean, it sounds easier in terms of shipping and stuff, but like
Returns.
yeah, returns are gonna be a pain in the ass. Also finding those types of of products because I've ran into the occasional listing where it's like only FBM sellers, and I know it's an eBay to Amazon flip, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I'm more familiar with like other types of listings. I mean, in categories as well when it comes to eBay to Amazon. So I was like, I would not do that though. Apparel, FBM.
Yeah, and it's like also like I don't know if this is actually true, but I've heard that it seems like apparel you get more counterfeit claims than other categories. So like if that's true, you really don't like eBay to Amazon is going to be a harder thing to do with that. So
dude, these customers don't even know what they're buying, and they just say they think it's fake, and then just return it and say it's fake.
Stupid. So annoying.
Yeah.
And it's like it's dumb when you have like literally the receipt from Kohl's or like Adidas, and you're like, well, nope, this is not fake. You are wrong.
Amazon customers know everything.
All right, man. I got a question for you. Something we've been asking a lot of the people that have been coming on.
Cool.
And it's worded awkwardly for a reason.
Okay.
Usually people say, give me your top 3 or whatever. I'm just going to say your top 2 character traits that you think someone should have in order to be successful on Amazon. And when I mean successful by Amazon or reselling online is like somebody who can be in the game for a long time and obviously put up good numbers consistently. Anybody can come in and put 200 grand a month in December. You know, you can do that if you shop everything at Nike, but someone who longevity, what are the 2 things that character traits that they must have that you think?
I'd be curious your guys' answers too on this, but for me, I think, yeah, I'm gonna say number 1, like being super obsessed with it, like they genuinely like sourcing and they are like willing to get better at it. They're willing to learn different things. They're willing to try different things. They're willing to like not find stuff for a long time. Like if they have the mindset of like, you know, like with 3 hours of my life, I was going to play video games or I'm going to learn Amazon and I'm going to make like $6 an hour for a while I'm learning this valuable skill and like be okay with that and accept that. Like, I think that's a really valuable trait because eventually like it really compounds. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen this at the very beginning. Like you go and source and you're like, I have no clue how to find anything. And then the first time you try and find something online after you've done RA or thrifting or whatever it is, you're like, how am I ever going to buy an item online to sell at a profitable price? Like, how does that ever happen? But like it takes a lot of trial and error, and I think that's normal. And then a weird one, like I see a lot of people who are like, I really want to give this a go. They seem really interested in it. But then they're not willing to like keep their regular cost of living low. So they're like, I really want to go full time with this, but like I have a mortgage, I have kids, like I have to make 10K a month in order to make this work. And it's like, that's like a really high bar to set for yourself in order to just go full time with this. So like, it seems like the people who are like, and that's why like a lot of these young guys sometimes have a really good advantage with this. They're living in their mom's basement and they don't have like rent costs.
Yeah.
You know, like if you don't have responsibilities, if you are living on like 2K a month, like you can go full time like relatively quick. Like you could be making 2K a month in like, I'm not going to put a time number on it, but like that's doable. And then if you're full time, like your attention's there. So probably obsessed and like not like spending 10K a month on your personal life. What about you guys?
I think I've said this on some other lives, but I have to go back and think about my second one. But I think my first one is somebody who is really adaptable. Because Paulo says, I wish I was in the
And what's up, Jeff? Good to see you.
I'm not gonna lie,
Man,
Paulo, I wish I was too. Yeah, but I think for me is like somebody who's adaptable, right? So like at any time something is going to happen that is out of the ordinary or is not normal, and a lot of people get stuck right there. It's like, oh, like this wasn't supposed to happen. It's like, well, this is what business owners deal with. People who have normal 9-to-5 jobs, their lives are sort of consistent, but behind the curtain, what the owners are dealing with is crazy. They're adaptable. And so like when you own your own business, you have to be adaptable. You have to take the punches on the chin and say, okay, I'm going to keep going. And then you're going to learn as a result of that.
yeah.
That's a good answer. Yeah, adaptability in Amazon Sandbox is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Paulo, I wish I was in my mom's basement. Keep that cost of living low. I'm going to move back in with my mom. Sales, yeah.
Sales looking down for the month. Let me just move back.
Sales are up. Double down on savings. Live with your mom.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Those videos are so funny.
What about you, Kevin?
like that? What was the question? You changed it up from last time. I know I heard a little change in there.
Yeah, it's different every time. I forget exactly how I word it, but essentially like two character traits somebody has to have in order to be successful. Successful meaning longevity, consistency, those type of things.
Damn. I don't know.
Someone who can pay off their credit card interest on their plum. I'm just kidding.
Say that again?
Someone who can actually pay off the credit card interest on their. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
On their plum.
Anyways.
Who didn't pay their interest on their
Actually,
plum?
I don't think that's a chart. No, that's not a charge card. Just kidding. Anyways, what do you think, Kevin?
I don't know. Danny said my answer. I think I said the last 2 lives or something. That was one of them. It was the same kind of answer. But I like what you said, Jeff, and Checkmate. You're like, you got to be obsessed with what you're doing. In terms of like, you have to be like what you're doing, to keep doing it. So, yeah, I gotta come up with a better answer to that one, because got to think about it a little bit. Can't be.
So
can't be
it's
not
funny
prepared.
we talked about the obsessed thing. In 2022, I was super obsessed, like super, super, super obsessed because of life and things. The obsessed meter went down in 23. I was driving back from New Jersey about a week ago or so now, and me and my wife were talking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna get obsessed again. Obviously that means a lot of things, not only for me but for my family and stuff like that too. So I think that's super important. Sure.
Yeah, what'd you get? You kind of got on like doing the same stuff over and over again, type of stuff, and you got less hyped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Millennial Mom asked thoughts on TikTok Shop.
What the hell is that?
I actually bought
Shop?
something off TikTok Shop about a week ago.
Also, it's like a store on TikTok.
Yeah.
Can you just put anything on there? Like you say, people have their TikTok, so they just put their products or like anything.
I'm not sure entirely. Excuse me. I'm not sure.
The beautiful thing about this landscape is that there's 100 million ways to make solid money on the internet. That is a beautiful thing. I was watching like Jordan Welsh the other day on YouTube, listen to his story. He like basically, I don't know if he was using TikTok, but I mean, some people use TikTok for this, just like TikTok for drop shipping. Like they find like a super trendy product and then they set up a store. It sounds similar to TikTok Shop. So, I mean, it's a way to make money, but at the same time, it's like if you're a business owner or store runner who has something that's working for them, it's like you have to balance like, okay, like that's a good business model to go after versus like that shiny object syndrome. And you need to just focus on what you're doing.
For sure.
Because like you could have someone come on a podcast or like listen to a podcast and they're just like super hyped about X business model and it works amazingly for them. And like you can't chase like 5 different things, like 1 or 2 things.
You know, that kind of makes me think. I kind of feel bad for beginners because, you know, as a beginner, you're looking at a whole bunch of stuff and you're hyped for everything, so you really don't know what to actually start. And
Gotta make a choice.
yeah, you got to make a choice. And if you make a choice that you don't like, of course you can go on to anything else. But like, you know, you got a lot of stuff to do, dude. Like to pick. Kind of glad I stumbled onto Amazon because like, what if I mean, I did drop shipping, but like, you know, what if I did something else? Like, I'd be like, what the like? It's just me thinking, you know.
Jeff, what the hell is that? Is the right answer? No, I mean, it's a way to make money, but yeah, that's a good question by Paulo.
Paulo, what helped you scale quickly? Credit cards, teaming up with a friend, more reps. For me, it was reps. Capital wasn't an issue. I didn't really have anybody on that I was friends with in the space. I was like kind of dormant on the internet. So it was just reps. Literally all reps.
Teaming up with Amazon with a friend sounds awful, honestly. like to be complete, like let's say like joint ownership of an account. Like how on earth do you do that? Like that sounds like a friendship waiting to get destroyed.
Someone's gonna be doing more work, and then it's gonna fall apart.
Like how do you like allocate like who gets what profit? Like you literally gonna have like a timesheet. Like I have a timesheet for myself, but I don't want to do that with someone else.
I think what maybe Paulo is saying is like each person has their store.
And then you're just like exchanging
leads type stuff.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That helps a lot. Oh yeah, okay. I see.
I share leads with my friend Antonio. Like we split the VAs. So we got 2 VAs. We had one since last year, like we hired it in March. And I was me looking for the VA, and I was like, yo, you want to come on board with this? And you know, just share the leads. And he was like, all right, cool. And then this year, not this year, in 2023, late 2023, we got another VA. I think a little bit before Q4, and yeah, it's been a big help sharing. You know, we're both eating basically, so
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like, and the interesting thing about like teaming up with a friend also, it's not just the leads. It's just like there's so many specific questions that are not like easily Googleable with Amazon that like if you have a friend in a similar business model, it's just like super easy to just ask a question and they might have dealt with that. Like that helps so much.
yeah, it's funny. Paulo asked what helped you scale quickly. Um, I don't think Seth scaled quickly, dude. You said you've been in the space for selling for 4 years.
Yeah, I was thinking that like what helped you scale quickly, and I'm like, well, I did books for like 10 months. I think I was doing like 3K revenue after like 3 months. Eventually I got to like 10K months with books. So like for books, I think that's like pretty good, but like that's not like crazy money at all. And then after that, for the next like 8-9 months, I think I did under 15K a month in sales with RAOA. And so like that's not crazy money either. And same with KV flips and probably you guys as well. Like I doubt you guys scaled super quickly. You guys have been in this for quite a while.
Yeah, no, for me it's been different. Like I've been hopping from eBay to Amazon to eBay again, and now I'm back to Amazon. So, yeah, I mean it's not necessarily scaling quickly for me, but like Danny said, I've just put in a lot of reps, and I'm still putting in the reps. You know, everybody is. So that's what I think helped with keeping me consistent, and you know, changing business models and stuff doesn't help, but you know,
I changed business models like several times with Amazon. It's so annoying to change business models.
Yeah,
like it does not help, but like sometimes it's like you have to.
for sure.
It's a hard choice.
Yeah, same with me. Like RA, OA, eBay to Amazon, now back to regular OA.
Yeah,
It's
you got to
funny,
be
but,
careful with that. If you have something that's working, it's like you don't have to do E to A. But it's like you were doing it and it was
dude,
working.
I love eBay though. Like if I had no risk involved, I would go ham on that. But
so the way that I see it with E to A, that's like why I'm doing FBM, because it's like, okay, I'm not risking the money anyways. Like I guess technically I'm risking the account.
yeah,
And so like you could always get another account that just sounds awful.
sounding like Romer out here.
Yeah, but it's like if you're selective with stuff, you can be pretty safe E to A.
Yeah, dude, certain items that are not gonna get like authentic complaints. You know,
Yeah,
like once you start doing it,
ones are higher risk, and you buy it, and you're like, shoot, why did I do that? Like, yeah.
Once you start doing it, you kind of know a little bit. Of course, there's just random stuff like claims that just happen out of nowhere as well that you couldn't predict at all. But it gets a little easier once you keep doing it, like with the inauthentic claims. At least me thinking about it, like, you know, like I'm not gonna buy a certain item because I know like someone's probably gonna complain about it.
Yeah, and it's also like if you can keep your return rate lower, that's helpful. But it's like not foolproof either. But
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know. If it encourages anyone, I literally was purchasing used items from eBay, sending it to a prep center. They were not testing anything. And I did probably about 600K in sales that way. And that's what it took for me to get several. It was like 5 counterfeit claims. And like last year, like that was not 2022. Like that was a big problem for my account.
Yeah,
so
I remember
doing that much to like actually take me to the yellow. Yeah. So there's a lot.
Yes, sir. Definitely interesting business model you got going.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we are at 9:05.
Great.
Appreciate you coming on, man, sharing your insights. For all you guys out there, check him out. Checkmate Flips.
Check out his YouTube.
on-
Check out his Instagram.
Yes.
Be putting out
Cool.
that good content.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It was fun.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you guys later and see you soon.
Peace.
Peace.